Hey guys, hope everybody's day is going amazingly well. So, if you checked out my non spoiler review on Never Been Kissed, then you may have been expecting a spoiler review. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, check out my non spoiler review first, watch the movie if you're interested in it, and then come back and watch the spoiler review. So, yeah, be warned, there are going to be tons of spoilers ahead. Grace has watched the movie as promised, so she's joining me today. And yeah, we're going to get into it now. But before we do, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Debate Hut. So we'll discuss the issues with the movie at the end, but we're going to just start with a generic review of the movie, including our favorite scenes and just talking about the ending too. And I've pretty much covered most of this in my non-spoiler review, but I can finally give spoilers, so that's quite a relief. Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I absolutely love Drew Barrymore. Like I just love her, and I think she was the perfect person for the role of Josie Geller. Like she was amazing. So Josie is an editor for the Chicago sometimes who finally gets a chance to write an article, but she has to go undercover at a local school. And Josie had a horrible time in school, and so we get to see flashbacks of her time at school compared to her in school undercover. And I think, Drew did a great job of portraying Josie, and we can't help just care for her and cringe over what Josie does undercover, but also just feeling bad for her. I mean, what happened to her at prom was just absolutely horrible.
I nearly cried.
Oh, I'll say something. And I said something similar in the non-spoiler review, but I'm just going to repeat it here as well because romantic comedies always seem to go one way. They either seem to be more on the romantic side, like While You Were Sleeping, and you should check out the non-spoiler review I did for that, or something like Never Been Kissed, which is more to me more of a comedy than a romantic movie. And when you watch a rom-com, you want to be laughing. You want to find it funny. You want to cry. You want to be happy. You want to go, oh, you want to find parts of it cute. You want to cringe as well, even though you really don't want to cringe, but you sort of do. And you want all of these emotions, and you definitely 100%, I guarantee it, you get that here. And you want the perfect ending too. And talking about perfect endings, let's talk about the ending. So quick recap. Josie attends the prom with Guy and she ends up being voted prom queen. And then she's asked by Sam to dance while Guy dances with Aldis, Josie's friend. And yeah, it's actually a chance for, the mean girls in the movie, Gibby, Kirsten, and Kristen, to dump dog food on her head. And we see Josie, she has this flashback to her prom and she stops it. And she ends up having a go at the whole school year and reveals who she is and her age. And, Sam is hurt by her lies and he wants nothing to do with her. And so Josie writes a story for Gus and she writes about her experience and her love for Sam. And then she says that she will wait in the baseball field with a countdown for Sam to come and kiss her. And she waits and she waits and it's not looking good. And the timer goes off and Sam is nowhere to be seen. And then all of a sudden everyone is cheering and Sam comes out of nowhere and he kisses Josie in front of the whole crowd. And let me just say that, what an ending. I absolutely just love to rewatch that moment because, it was just so it was so good. And I know it's weird because, it's really weird that I keep rewatching it, but it's just so beautiful. It's just so cute. And their kiss and you can feel the emotions and the sparks flying off them. And who wouldn't want something like that to happen in their life?
Yeah.
Yeah, just three of my favorite scenes. So the scene with Josie eating the spiked brownies, that whole thing, and then she starts dancing. And then Anita coming in for the sex talk as well. That was so cringy. And then the condom scene in class where she flicks it into the teacher's eye, and I mean the ending as well. So really 4 scenes. But yeah, I'm gonna let Grace talk about how she found the movie herself.
Okay. I watched it because I like the actress as well. I seen her around in some films, like Blended and all that, but yeah, and this one I thought, oh, she's really pretty, like she's pretty good. And throughout the film, I've got to be honest, I felt like very cringe. Like this woman decides to take part in, like, just join high school again. And I thought, but this is a new era. She's like, oh god, I cringed the moment she stepped out of the car and wearing some weird fashion thing. I thought, oh my god, please do not go into high school in that. It's just, I'm sorry, I just saw like, oh, she's so dead. Like, I knew instantly she was gonna get bullied or something, and I. Though in that moment, I liked the character. I just felt like she's so shy and she's so, like, so disconnected with society at that era, like that whole 90s scene. And I felt like I felt like this, she should have like explore more about like what she needed to do, because like as a reporter or like undercover, she should have like searching like research what she needed to do, or like what she needed to wear, or who to fit in. And I felt like she went straight for the kill and got killed herself by bullies and like embarrassment. Like on the first day, she spilled chocolate milk on her white clothing in front of the popular girls. That's like a
The mean
suicide,
girls. The
people.
mean girls.
Yeah. And yeah, I kind of liked her. I liked the story. I was quite surprised seeing like a 25-year-old, like she was stating in the film, disguising herself as like a young 16-year-old student, which I thought, okay, that's all right, because a lot of actors who are old enough to play younger characters. Anyway, I liked it. And I also liked the teacher in it. What was his name? Sam. I liked Sam. I thought he was actually quite good looking in the film as well. And I thought, okay, I can see why she likes him. I mean, like, there's gonna be sometimes students like have a crush on a teacher. I think some of us do. Not saying me, but I'm just saying. But the
We're gonna have a discussion about that at the end, Grace.
one tiny issue, I just think like she's being attracted to him way too much, and he's kind of being attracted to her as well, saying like, are you sure you're 17? I'm like, whoa, mate, where are you going with this? Like, I know he said in the film like he's not a teacher. I think he's just like there temporarily, I think. But at the same time, he's kind of flirting with a student who she's meant to be 16. So I don't know. I just a bit. I at the same time I felt like, oh, they should get together because they're like the perfect match. They're so cute. They're like Shakespeare, so romantic. But at the same time, it's a student and a teacher. No, that's
We'll
not for
touch on
like.
that in a moment.
um. Also, I saw some like familiar faces in there, like Jason, who's the actor also played like Harry from the Spider-Man franchise. I'm like, wait, what? I never knew. So that was a bit of a shock. And Jessica Alba, I like, she's a great actress. She was Susan Storm, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Spy
Well,
Kids
I
as
was
well,
not
if you've seen
expecting
the
her.
fourth one.
There's a lot of good cast in here actually, and they did pretty well. So yeah, I thought it was a good film. I wouldn't say it's my favorite film, but I would say it's a good film because I admit it is really funny. The Spike Brownie, the dancing on stage. I'm like, oh my god, this is. I mean, this is probably like one of those times where you get drunk and you do something stupid, but it's hilarious at the same time. Oh, that was one of those best moments, and it was great. And the sex education thing, like on the banana thing, that kind of reminds me of a scene from Sex Education where like they did something with the banana. Not gonna explain it, but it was pretty cool. And yeah, fling to the teacher's eye. Yeah, it was definitely humorous and lovable as well, because I like Josie. I like the character. She was sweet. I fell for her. I My heart was broken for her, like what happened to her on her prom, and like her losing Sam and the ending. I also felt a bit cringe and embarrassed for her, just saying. So I get mixed feelings. And I keep saying like myself, please don't wear that. Like I feel like her fashion choice are very out of date. But then I try to think back to myself, this is the 90s. They wear odd stuff or something. So yeah, I'll give this like a 6 out of 10, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna move on to talking about the big issue, which is the reason why I wanted to do this spoiler review. So we've got Sam, a teacher, who falls for Josie, and it's very clear throughout the movie that they have feelings for each other. Like Grace was saying, we see them flirting, and if you remember the painting scene especially, and he even helps Josie get into uni, and then the dance at prom. So we've got a teacher falling for his student. Is that inappropriate, or is that, just me? So yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, Josie isn't a student though, she's not. She's 25 years old. And yeah, but what is this teaching us? Is this telling us that it's okay for teachers to have relationships with their students while they're still
No,
students? Like,
no. Oh God, no, that is no. It's I mean, it's all right for like weird fantasy stuff, like for weirdos, but like this, no, not for like young viewers or something. Like, don't go out with your teachers if you're under 18. Over 18 is fine, not under 18. No, you got other young weird lads to go out with during your time. So I mean, I get it, he's hot. I mean, I get it, some girls or guys think that, but I mean, he was dancing with her in prom. I mean, wouldn't people find that an issue? Thinking like, I know the guy with a younger girl, he could have taken advantage of her.
it's what I was thinking as well. It's like, how is everybody so calm about this? Like, is this normal? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never been to a prom, so I don't know. And the
yeah. Like, hold
US
on.
have it very different as well. So
Yeah, the first thing he said, like, you don't have to call me by Mister Something. You could call me my first name Sam. I thought, okay, he's not a professional teacher. He's just like a
no,
10th
no,
grade.
but he explains it. He says that the school has this policy where all the teachers are just called by their first name.
Oh, right. Yeah, still, I find that a bit weird.
It's the US. We don't know. Here we always just go by Miss or Mister or Mrs. whatever.
Well, and sometimes with uni sport differently, but uh it's just I don't know, like uh it's just too different from this point of view. Like, oh, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm gonna be really honest here. I seen some weird fanfics things where like people write stuff about like students having a thing with a teacher. But seeing this, like showing it to people saying like it's okay, like because there's a rom-com, it's meant to be sweet, it's meant to be romantic. I'm like, I mean, I get it's two people, but like you're showing about like it's okay for a teacher going out with a student. Like it's just it just sends the wrong message here, really. I mean, it's okay for a university or college student to go out with a teacher, maybe. Might be frowned upon, but maybe not illegal. But it's illegal, especially in the US, for like under 18s to like go out with someone older, because you never know. They could do some men or women can take advantage of like younger people. So I just got mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an issue the movie has, like the whole teachers were students and like having relationships with each other. It's like it is a very icky issue, and yeah, I completely agree with Grace. But at the same time, I'm sort of I don't know. I'm sorry, but I can't stop loving this movie even with this issue. Like I can't. Like
Oh,
sure, Josie wasn't like a proper student and she was legal, but it is an issue. Like don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
because he didn't know in the first place that she wasn't a proper student. That was the freaky part. Well, not freaky, but like weird part of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but I don't think I could ever stop watching this movie. Like I just loved it, and I know it's an issue, but just one of the best rom-coms that I've seen, in my opinion. And I guess also there's that point of view that, movies aren't supposed to be like, they are still fictional in their own right. Like, like half of the stuff that happened in that movie, like, well, not half, but some of the stuff that happened in that movie, like, the chances of them happening are just very slim. Like, rom-coms
Yeah.
have a way of just making stuff, like, just stuff that wouldn't happen. Like they do that a lot.
Mm.
But yeah, it is an issue. So don't get me wrong, it is an issue. But I absolutely love the movie, so I can't stop watching it. So
Also, that night, like that scene with the spike brownie, that was at a nightclub, wasn't it? And all those teenagers going there, it's illegal for like under 21-year-olds in America to drink alcohol. And Sam was there and he saw like Judy there. So he was okay with her going to a
wait, who's
nightclub.
Judy? Who's Judy?
Not Judy, Josie,
Josie.
Sorry, I keep saying Judy for some reason. My fault, my fault. And like he was okay seeing Josie at the nightclub. He probably was thinking, oh, she was drinking as well. That's fine. I'm like, no, you got students there. Like, if he was a teacher there and he saw some of his students, he could at least like tell them to get out. Like, just like what Emily said, like there were some things that would unlikely happen, but just very little bit unrealistic.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, unrealistic. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I want to know, guys, down below, like if this issue in the movie is a deal breaker for you. Because for me, it isn't. Like, I still love this movie. I still love Josie. I still love that ending where they kiss each other and he just runs up to her and they're like, ah. But yeah, I want to know, guys. So let me know down below in the comments.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed our spoiler review and our criticizing the beta about the issues in this film. So let us know in the comments, like Emily said, like tell us your thoughts on the film, whether you think this issue is a big thing for the film, or do you think it's not a problem? Is that it's just a nice romantic film and romantic comedy film? Sorry. But before you leave, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. Check out other reviews on other films. Emily did what was that other romantic film you did?
While you were sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping. It's very interesting. I'm gonna watch that next. And we've done other reviews as well on like TV shows like Lucifer, Wyona, Wedding Season, and so many other bits. Please check them out. We've done Marvel and Disney stuff as well. And we've done games, pranks, the whole lot. Check them out. Follow us on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and check out the blog that Emily has been updated like time and time again about other views and stuff on films and shows. Please subscribe. Tell your family, tell others, tell some strangers, just tell everyone.
Hand out leaflets.
Yeah. So yeah, please subscribe and watch more of our videos. Until next time, bye.
Bye.